I'm nearly 60 years old. Why in the world would I take up skateboarding? And why in the world would I put videos of my attempts to skateboard on my Kung Fu channel? Well, that's what this video is all about. I just started taking up skateboarding about a month ago. Now, I've skated before, when I was a kid in the 70s, in the 80s maybe. I've always had a skateboard for transportation. So, but I never knew how to do any tricks on it. So, to me, skateboarding is being able to ollie, being able to vert, stuff like that. So, I always wanted to do that stuff, but I just never committed to it. I really put my commitment to other things, martial arts, music. Now here I am approaching a ripe old age and not really have skated at all for years, taking up skateboarding. Why? Why? Well, because I'm Wing Chun. Let me explain. I feel that Wing Chun is one of those things that is just so critical to attaining human potential, or the potential of humanity, both socially speaking and personally speaking. And so I decided I wanted to, after all these years of teaching Kung Fu, because, I mostly have been using Kung Fu to teach Kung Fu. I've used it out on the street here and there, but, mostly I've used it to teach Kung Fu, to spar and have fun doing that kind of stuff. I've used it as a dichotomous key to learn other martial arts like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and stuff. But I've never used Wing Chun really to do something really physically extreme, such as skateboarding. I mean, skateboarding has a very high incidence of injury. So, yeah, you would think at my ripe old age, this would be the last thing you want to take up. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of injuries and I have to work around my injuries. I have a lot of limitations. And, the big picture here really is me paying attention to those things, right? Now, I could try to do things that that I'm not ready to do. And of course, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't, and maybe I'll get injured. I'm at the park where I believe last year I tried to take up scootering. And I messed up my ankle, something horrible, so I was out for a year. So yeah, I'm not going to scooter anymore. I'm going to stick with skateboard. I wanted to apply my Wing Chun because with my Wing Chun is very detail oriented, and Wing Chun, you can't skip steps, I mean, you can, but you're going to have the same problem that a lot of the guys out here in the skate park have, which is they're more just rolling the dice and maybe they'll get it, maybe they won't. And if they get injured, they're young, they'll heal. But the guys that really land and, don't really take hard falls, I've noticed, are the ones that really do the basics, and they do them really well. They have really clean ollies. They've got really clean manuals. So I'm really using my Wing Chun now to teach me how to skate. And more specifically, skate the Wing Chun way. What do I mean by the Wing Chun way? Wing Chun way is to do it without getting injured. You're not having a high degree of chance involved. You really do the work to nail the basics. So in this particular instance, and it's very similar in Wing Chun, is you're really getting your balance and you're getting familiar with the board and controlling the board and controlling your balance on the board. And then getting used to being in the air and weightless, as much as just sort of convey how it's very much the same way. You know, I always say surfing should be called paddling because you're doing more paddling than you are actually surfing. And with skateboarding, I think it should be called falling because, you know, you're falling a lot. So at first I wasn't wearing pads and stuff because I'm just standing in one place, and you know, pads aren't going to do all that much for you when you fall standing in one place. It's when you start moving, getting some speed, trying to do vert and stuff like that, where now your falls are going to have a little bit more oomph to them. So now I'm all padded up, ready to go. So I started about a month ago, and my regimen is to come do my Wing Chun nice and early in the morning and do 20 ollies, and then as much of all the other stuff that I'm learning, walking the dog, doing 360s, getting backside 180s and stuff down. The main thing, doing it every day and having fun with it, man, because that's what it's all about. Same thing with Wing Chun. It's about having fun with it, right? So those are important elements of mastering or even learning most things. So the beauty is we have the Wing Chun instilled, and that is really my biggest insurance, my biggest protective gear that I have is my Wing Chun, and approaching things patiently and methodically and with detail. So that way, as I learn more and more tricks, as I get more into vert, I have more balance, more muscle. Building the muscles is very important. So without building the muscles, you're not going to be able to have the control. So as with Wing Chun, you really have to take this step by step and every day, right? And then have fun with it. Really have fun with it. The nice thing about Wing Chun is you don't have to learn the whole Wing Chun system in order to start applying it to your life. Some great examples are Bruce Lee and all those Wing Chun practitioners that are world famous. You can use your first Wing Chun lesson and apply it to more succinctly learn whatever it is you're trying to learn in life. Whatever your dreams are, you can use your Wing Chun training. But Wing Chun can be done all within itself, of course. I know that's mostly what I've done for, 30, 40 years, 30 years, right? So I'm really having fun. That's the progress report, is I'm really having fun. For my recent birthday, I've picked up a couple boards. This I picked up in Reno, and it's a Tony Hawk birdhouse board, and this is 9 inches with some all-terrain wheels on there. And then I realized that board is too hard to kickflip and all that kind of stuff, which is when I'm trying to learn all that stuff. So I also got a smaller board with 52 mil wheels. These are 58 soft. These are 52 hard. And man, these are two different riding experiences. It's really something. Just like when you're doing Wing Chun and your stance is wide, or as you get better, or you're trying to do more detail-oriented stuff, more technical stuff, you're going to bring your stance in so you can pivot quicker and have more control that way. All right, if you have any questions, any I don't know, words of wisdom you'd like to share, leave them in the comments. If you are skating, or if you're using your Wing Chun to do any other thing, let me know in the comments. It'd be very interesting. And stay tuned. I have a video that I want to do regarding law number 11, because it's very relevant to the times. It's also a very complex law, number 11 is, but I'll go into that in the next video, so stay tuned.